Hello, everybody, and welcome to 60 Seconds Reatomized. Start. Full atomic experience. Yeah, we'll just go with what it's got for now. If we want to come back for a bigger challenge, we will. Can be stored for up to 737 years. Isn't that wonderful? Radio. Grab the X. Board game? No. Water. Grab the water. Come on. Let's go, let's move. Child, come with me. Survival book. Nothing else really important in here. Nothing else. Gun? No. Gas mask? Yes. Okay. Tuba daughter, come on. Come on, your tuba daughter. Bottle of water. No, bottle of water. Okay. Wife. Where is my wife? Wife. Gun? Oh, we're gonna go. That's it. That's all we got. Ammo. I found some bullets. Last second. Here we got 2 cans of soup, 3 bottles of water. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for them upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favor. Credit cards. We don't have that much food, no one's complaining yet, but even canned soup might become an extravagant dish quite soon. There's just barely enough water for everyone, we will have to ration it strictly. Nobody. Hope you ate before we got here. While we get deals, enjoy some sunshine again. There's a lot of light underground, we don't expect to get any brighter down here. As long as we're safe, we can stay down here. Ted is fine. I'm impressed how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Nobody gets soup yet. Ted is happy. Dolores pretty good shape. Timmy seems quite enthusiastic about the ship. A group of doctors knock on the door requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We don't doubt they were real for a second. They did have lab coats and everything. Give them 1 bottle of water. Use it well! I asked them for their doctor's license, but all of them claimed that they left them in another pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just the one pair. We gave them the water bottle and wished them a good journey and better luck with trousers. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. We should get Mary some to... Dolores can't remain thirsty for long. Hey, water for everyone. Can't send Ted, because if he does, we're done. Timmy, take the gas mask. Bear the wastes. We believe in you. He's dead. Well, Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer thirsty. One of the cupboards and the shelves we've pulled out to give it a new home. In the process, we discovered a secret door. We're not gonna shoot. Oh. Uh-oh. Some things are better left untouched and unknown. Whatever's behind the door will have to stay there. We also stack some furniture against it, just so no one comes through them. Ted is fine. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? Dolores is quite calm, given the situation. Ah, guess what? We already got ourselves a very own Fallout garden. We got a bunch of mushrooms growing on the wall. They're big enough to be eaten. How about that? Should we prepare a mushroom feast today? Probably a bad idea, but sure. And we're all sick. We learned something today. Tomato supers are best friends and mushrooms aren't. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. Everyone has to drink something, including Mary Jane. Is there any water? I messed up. I'm sorry, guys. Not the best place to make our plans for the future, but we can't help but think of my terrible situation. Is our house still standing, or will we have to move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? Please nobody die. Okay, we're all alive. Good. Maybe moving away won't be too bad. We can probably be fine. Friends need 2 people. If everybody's alive, that is. We reopened the bunker door this morning to let in some fresh radioactive air. We discovered a small suitcase. Yes. Could be good things in there. Timmy, are you back? Hey, buddy. You found soup. It was an innocent looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was a lie. Either that water was a radiator or made us all pretty sick. We were afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We found our way to a nearby hospital, which, despite being heavy structural damage, 1 soup and 2 water. Was it hard to find a fully equipped first aid kit in a hospital? Sorry, guys. You did good, Timmy. Yeah, we don't have a radio to make contact with the military, so be what it be. Better. Is there something we need to do to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area? Either that or strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. First option sounds a bit more sane. Okay. We'll all eat. Ted. Meet Mary Jane. Go forth. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. We haven't done anything about Dolores' sickness. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. What's that trickling sound, and why is the wall so wet? Are we about to get flooded? We don't have life preservers, or a boat. A boat wouldn't even fit in the shelter. We need to do something. Save the supplies. Okay, the cards. That's all we can save. Well, that was lucky. The shelter filled with water pretty rapidly, but they were certain we were going to drown. With our heads barely above the water, we weren't able to open the hatch and escape. Before we could considering the worst, the water level started to drop. We're fine, save for the mess we need to deal with. We can't just sit around while Dolores is so sick. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chairs. Ted said there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. Dolores, you got this. We believe in you. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as a survivor from the town in Hill Valley. We started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Dolores is still quite ill. One thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Water it is. It's been a while since we showered. Bullets. Shoot the stink. I knock on the door. Dolores, you've recovered! Oh, thank God. Dirty nut smell is the biggest issue. Well, you've got some spare ammo, why not use the gunpowder to kill the spill? Let's rub it in. Timmy should eat something. Timmy still hasn't rested. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Ted isn't thirsty. Dolores was killed, and Dolores isn't thirsty. I mean, Dolores was cured. We were discussing our plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered they came from a group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. Gonna have some water. That might have been our last water. Hey, Mary Jane, you survived! Our visitors were in tears when we gave them what they asked for. We survived the nuclear apocalypse only to be nearly strangled by thankful refugees. Hugs can kill, you know. Luckily for us, they decided to continue their journey and get somewhere safe before the sunset. As they were about to leave, one of them presented us with a portable radio. They would not take no for an answer and soon left, waving goodbye until they disappeared amongst the rubble. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. As the educated and cultural people we are, we've only previously visited the local theater in the past. We're also proud to admit that we only ever fell asleep once during one of the 2 plays we've ever seen. Either way, we had no problems finding the building and decided to check it for supplies. That must have been one boring. The only props they used were bottles. The scene was practically filled with them. Thankfully, some had water in them. We half expected the theater cafeteria to be in a sorry state. Surprisingly, the atomic blast spared most of it. We were able to admire their selection of foods. It was a very vivid, small, medium, or large cans of tomato soup. We felt large cans were meant for us. We had some fun playing around with different theater props and outfits. We didn't look especially fabulous in any of them, but we took a padlock from one of the boxes as a souvenir. One of the many props the theater had to offer was a proper leather suitcase. We got rid of some costumes that were inside and dusted it off good as new. Good job, Mary Jane. Water and soup for all. Dolores, it looks like it's your turn. Timmy said he couldn't sleep last night due to Ted's loud, incessant snoring. Ted angrily retaliated, making quips about the size of Timmy's ears, which enraged Timmy even more. Ace. I don't know what that'll do for you. Little Timmy squeezed almost perfectly into an old suitcase where he dozed off. Whatever noises Ted might have been making, the sturdy suitcase proved almost soundproof. Timmy finally got a good night's sleep. Despite sleeping relatively well, Timmy is a bit sore and might have something to do with the suitcase's contents that he slept on. Could have at least emptied it first. Bug spray. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Aren't there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Green is tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Timmy is rested. Ted is no longer hungry. Ted is fine. Dolores is fine and well. Food. Dolores. Go and take the gas mask. I don't know if the radiation is still active out there or not. Might as well be safe. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. If we don't cure Mary Jane soon, who knows what'll happen. Mary Jane is still tired. Timmy should eat something. Mary Jane should eat something. Ted's fine. Keep sitting on our backsides here in this little bunker. We can't start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would run such a nice neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the rooting part. Of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's listen. Boop, 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 boop. We made contact. The military is out there and they're coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions and keep our radio in working order. Mary Jane is still rather sick. No energy for anything. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Getting something to drink. Ted doesn't drink anything. He won't last long. Okay, water for everybody. Hear that? It sounds like a herd of animals are stampeding just above our heads across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. Ted, you got this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, if I ever had a bad idea, this excursion scene makes the top 5 list. Everything was going well until he realized a velociraptor herd, or something that looked like one. Even if it weren't, their hunger for flesh was equal to that of dinosaurs. I expect. Dead is dead. Does that mean our game is over? Maybe. Have a feast, kid. 2019. Failed to get a weak signal to tap into the government's emergency reannouncement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside is mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface. Well. Boring, or what was that? Once we had waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. Pretty amusing. Aren't there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Everything. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we can smell everything. One of the wall bricks got loose and revealed a hole. We felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. Yeah, sure, why not? Uh-oh. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. Some crazed rodent, reptile, or whatever. The mad creature leapt out and started jumping all over the damn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. But before we could do anything, it pushed the radio off the table and it went back in the hole it crawled from. Any drugs? Any drugs? Purport to me. On our request, bring supplies, set location for our friends. Friends? What kind of friends? We don't know who these people are, but here's our chance to find out. We'll bring them our last can of soup. Hey! You're back, Dolores. The authors of the note turned out to be twin siblings, a brother and a sister. They greeted us happily and took us to a small tent where they started handing out supplies we brought to a small group of hungry survivors. Between them were people of all ages, including children, the elderly, and even a mime. The siblings shook our hand and proclaimed this was the beginning of a new friendship. Dolores is back. She brought us ammo. Hey, Dolores. Ted is dead. He lost the gun. Before the world turned into an unforgiving dead wasteland, we were friends with almost everybody in our town, including Old Man Jim, who would shamble through our streets and often always said hello. When he wanted to visit him once, he gave us an address that took us to a park. Old Man Jim is such a joker. He heard that he survived the blast, but he's at our door right now asking if we want to buy a rock. Sure. I don't think we're going to live. Oh, a rock. Why not? Old Man Jim was always lovely and friendly to everyone, so of course we opened the door and fulfilled his request. He winked at us and told us the first rock is free, which we were happy to hear. A nice rock is always a good thing to have. But we think we'll be able to trade any of our supplies for it, even if it brings luck, like he said. We don't care, Mary Jane. Who knows what'll happen? Well, Timmy? Actually, take the Boy Scout book. God. You got this, Timmy. Don't die. Mary Jane's condition isn't any better. I don't have either of those, really. Oh, is that cards for gun? Well. It was hard to turn her down because of that damn cheerfulness, but we did it anyway. The woman seemed a bit disappointed, tried us off schematics for a weird gun. We turned that down too. Not like we have any tools around here. Dolores complains, but she still can't get a good night's sleep out here. We don't have any supplies. You scratch on her leg. Gonna be dead. No? Okay. There's one thing we would never consider would be cutting off any part of Dolores with an axe. Not only would she object to this, but she would probably take matters and the axe into her own hands. It was on our best interest to avoid such a situation. We did use the heated axe blade to clean her wounds, and the infection seems to be fading away. The operation wasn't pretty, and we damaged our axe. Yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-distablishationarianism, and has left Doris Sure. Teacher words. Got this. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly turned its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ended on tinkering with some random objects in the shelter. Hey. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Looks like that rock we got from the old man does bring luck. Jim visits us again, but it's either... Oh. Too late for us, though. Too late. Not too late. Jane is no longer thirsty. Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from our local school rescued a bunch of kids. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter. Of course, community, we help stock it for emergencies, so technically they're ours. Let's not steal from the children. Oh! Timmy back? Timmy, you're back and you brought stuff! The nearby docks house some fancy-looking boats. One of them managed to survive the tidal wave caused by the atomic blast. It landed on our neighbor's house. It looked worth checking out. We found a few soup cans in the yacht's cargo hold. It seems rich people like soup too. Soup is great. We love soup. Soup. Since the ocean is pretty salty, keeping a supply of drinkable water on board was a pretty reasonable precaution to take. Oh, we got a radio. We got a map. Might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope that it doesn't happen again. Maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow? Of course, most automobiles are either burnt out, but if we found a solid base and scavenged enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Boom! Nobody can go. Too bad we forgot our fishing rod. Yeah, sure. Try. Why not? Oh! There is drugs we can give Mary Jane. We can't make a deal with anybody right now. I'm so surprised we're alive this long. Yes, hello. Our grandparents always told us never to buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk was in that mysterious bag. A twin siblings contacts again to visit our humble shelter, saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. Their plan is to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who would want to move in with them. Plan of the city, yeah, sure. Take our map. You better help us, though. We're dying in here. They didn't have to ask twice. These people are very friendly, and the way they take care of others is impressive. We showed them the map and pointed out a few bandit camps they should avoid. They were grateful and stayed for a little chat. They said they would be more than happy if we came to visit them once their camp is ready. We can't wait to see how it turns out. Mary Jane isn't looking very good. Not enough water for everybody. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon. One way or another, I'm sure it will be. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal, and we might never get used to it. We hope help comes soon. Mary Jane isn't looking very good. She hasn't eaten in a while. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. Looking through our map, we came across a few markings that were not originally. Someone had added a pointer to a location near us. Go for it, Dolores. A working flashlight. Got no supplies. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door, greeted by two men dressed like they come from an evil fair. Yes, look at our map. It's very important to know where you are. They were clearly crazy but harmless, so we fulfilled their request and it was worth it. They turned out to be very generous and gave us an axe. Like a regular axe. Whatever, as long as the blade's sharp. Mary Jane is starving. Dolores has any strength left. If she doesn't eat tonight, she will not last till morning. Soup is all he thinks about right now. Okay, Dolores. Mary Jane are in need of some physical exercise. Yeah, sure, why not? Go out. Mother is dying. One-way ticket. Oh. We should have seen it coming. Mary Jane and Timmy ran around way too fast, and before we could stop them, they crashed into each other and fell to the ground, causing our supplies to fly in every possible direction. They don't look guilty at all. They seem more cheerful. We didn't make it. These are our final words and our advice to anyone who reads this obscured writing. We survived 36 days. The children are alive. We perished. The parents. The parents perished. Parented. Yeah. Well, that was great. If you like it, leave a like. Do everything that makes the YouTube channel great, because I can only do a small part. Yeah, I hope you see you in the next video. Bye-bye.